joined today by Assistant Chief Ramey Kyle, who oversees our Investigative Services Bureau. I'm here today to kind of shed some light on a ongoing investigation regarding the homicide that took place. The mic just went out. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, regarding the homicide that just took place within the 2300 block of Pitts Place Southeast. At approximately 12:42 p.m., our 7th District officers responded to a call for service regarding a shooting that took place in the 2300 block of Pitts Place Southeast. When the officers arrived, they located an adult female who was unconscious and not breathing. Who was unconscious and not breathing. All life-saving efforts were attempted. She unfortunately succumbed to her injuries, and we certainly, our thoughts and our hearts are with the young lady who lost her life on today. This is still in the very preliminary stages of the investigation, but what we do know at this point, based on a witness account, the decedent and a neighbor had been in an ongoing dispute for quite some time. On today, that dispute occurred again. A fight ensued. The Metropolitan Police Department was not called regarding the fight. Based on our video footage obtained by Real-Time Crime Center, it shows that just before the shooting, the female victim was being chased northbound on Pitts Place toward Bangor Street by a male and a female suspect. The male suspect then produced a gun and fired and shot the victim. 2 male suspects have been detained at the scene. Officers are currently holding 2 nearby residences pursuant to this investigation. We are working right now to locate the firearm that was used in this case. You know, just like I said earlier this morning, we are seeing far too many interpersonal conflicts being settled with guns, and this case is no different. Anyone who is aware of any ongoing disputes should give us a call so we or any of our partners can intervene before someone gets hurt again. We're asking that anyone who is in the area on this morning, please reach out to the Metropolitan Police Department. If you have any witness information, if you have any video camera footage, we can certainly use it during this investigation. We can be reached at 202-727-9099, or we can be texted at 50411. I will take any questions that you may have at this time.
Chief, I just come from Fox 5 here. I just come from the place, and I see a lot of police running with guns, so that means suspects doing at large.
So what you're probably seeing is that they're probably not running with guns. There's probably a barricade that's been declared, and they're probably bringing out the necessary equipment used in order for us to conduct the investigation further with regards to the 2 residences.
Chief, just to follow up on what you said a moment ago, you said that 2 men being held for questioning.
I said 2 suspects. I didn't
suspects.
identify, yes.
Sorry, 2 suspects being held for questioning. Can you say if both of them are the ones that were involved with chasing the woman earlier, or the neighbors? Because you mentioned a man and a woman.
Right, and I think what I did state that we saw video from our Real-Time Crime Center, and there are some similarities there we cannot clearly define just yet, but again, it's still under investigation. We do not have an age of the victim at this time. It's all a part of the investigation.
We had a chance to speak with some of the neighbors today. Was, this type of violence, is this something that's, rare in this area or a bit more common?
Well, if you spoke to the neighbors, what did the neighbors tell you?
They said there's a reputation.
Okay, yeah, and that's why I stated earlier was that this was an ongoing dispute between these 2 neighbors. It is apparent based on the neighborhood and witness account that they've been in conflict for quite some time. Again, this is the first time today that we were contacted to come here for a shooting. When the fight occurred earlier today, no one notified the Metropolitan Police Department with respect to that.
Well, kind of speaking to what your comments said earlier about how a lot of the violence you're seeing is interpersonal.
It is.
It's not gang-related or
It's not random. I mean, these are folks who actually know each other. They have personal relationships or some type of personal history, and the end result is it has been gun violence. And again, this morning, the same thing we're asking. Put the guns down, right? That this is not the way to resolve dispute. And we know that families are tied to someone else. We have victims who are decedents who are victims of crime such as this. They're connected to other family members and other family members. And so what we want to do is to ensure that, number one, we need to get as many guns off the streets as we can. So we're working very closely with our federal partners and members of my team to ensure we can really locate where these guns are coming into our city. And that's going to be a challenge, of course, because we're seeing guns all across the U.S. But I think that's what's more challenging for us right now is that these are incidents that are personal. Up close and personal. And so it's very hard for us to kind of manage that. Again, we're asking members of community in this situation where there's a dispute, please let us know so that we can at least get some intervention or some type of ongoing resources to support those individuals who may be victims of crime.
Yes, and I kind of wanted to speak on that, right? Because you were saying, because there are methods of, tracking gang violence and things like that, but when it comes to interpersonal violence, how does the police address them?
It's very hard. I mean, one of the things that we typically will do, like after today, we'll go back into community, we'll bring resources into the community, and we will be here, we'll knock on doors, we'll talk to members of community. And when I say bringing resources, we'll bring teams, we'll bring some of our safe passage workers back over here, we'll bring our community outreach officers just to speak to the neighbors so that we can at least build that rapport to see if there's something that we're missing or something that's ongoing here that they don't mind sharing with us to help resolve some of the conflict. And of course, we have our violence interrupters who we are heavily engaged with, who can also assist us in some of these instances.
And Chief, and here it is, Chief, the third day since Friday where we've had at least one murder in the district.
But the results are still the same. It's still that what preceded that again is some type of domestic, some type of interpersonal communication or feud, if you will, that led to gun violence.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, from your part as the chief of police, to see all this, I mean, for
It's
you-
frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. And again, I shared earlier today, we sat down as a team pretty much most of this weekend, just really combing through it, just to see if there's a nexus to anything. And again, it's personal conflict. And we've got to find a way to bring together some of our programs in community to help support and dissuade some of this kind of behavior. Yes, sir.
Chief, you said like 2 suspects in the team right now.
Yeah, we have 2 suspects detained.
Also, it's a barricade situation right now. Can you say the guy who shot is one of the 2 detainees or not?
I cannot. It's still in the earliest stages of the investigation based again on our real-time crime center video camera footage. There's some similarities, but we have to work through that.
Are there people in the barricade now? Are they barricading inside the homes?
I'm not aware of that at this moment. I do know that we do know that the decedent lived in one of the homes, and we certainly want to be able to go inside the home to make sure everything is okay there. And then we also know that the neighbor has a home somewhere in that location as well.
Chief, I know it's early, have the police had any interaction with these parties prior to today?
I'm not sure. We can certainly look that up, and then one of the team members here, a PIO team, will get back to you.
Do you know what the dispute was about between the 2 neighbors?
I do not.
Do you have an idea how long the barricade will be open and when the street will be open?
Well, barricades sometimes, one of the things about barricades, the most important thing is that we want the individual or individuals to come out safely, right? To turn themselves in safely. And we will take as much time as we need in order to do that.
But so to clarify, are there people that are inside?
We do not know. That's the reason why we're establishing a barricade. We do that. We go through the necessary protocols, calling individuals out, either if we believe someone's in the home, trying to make contact with them, trying to get a cell phone number to reach out to them to get them to come out. If we believe that there's no one in the home, we still have the appropriate authority with regards to a search warrant to be able to go into the house to see if there's anything that could be I don't want to use the term, anything that could lead us or help us and aid us in this investigation.
Also, we're hearing that maybe the woman who was shot was holding a baby. Can you confirm that?
Say it again.
We're hearing that perhaps the woman who was shot was holding a baby. Is that
That she was not holding a baby during the time of the shooting.
Earlier today, you did put out a suspect description.
Yes.
To the community. Does that still apply? Are you still asking for community to look for this person?
We will keep that out there until we know for sure that one of the two of the suspects is not the shooter.